Today we're making fresh homemade chili garlic noodles, straight from start. Homemade noodles, wholesome chili garlic oil shite. All we're going to need for this is some few simple ingredients. So we don't need a mixture, we just gotta use our hands. I'm starting off with 125 grams of plain flour, adding in a quarter teaspoon of salt and baking powder, and then 40 milliliters of water. I'll give this a good mix with a spoon roughly to get it into a sort of shaggy dough, and then I'll pour it out and knead. After this, we'll wrap it before we tap it and let it rest for an hour or two. This is what you want your dough to look like beforehand. I'll cover it with a wet towel. Right now, here is our dough. It's a lot softer than it was before. The gluten has relaxed and it's a lot softer now. I'll knead again until my dough looks smooth, even though it still does look smooth, but just to get the gluten going, because I do like a chewy noodle. So we're going to make sure our work surface is well floured and roll out the dough to about 2 to 3 centimeters thick. We want these fairly thin. The shape doesn't really matter because these noodles do cook very quickly. A quick tip, keep flipping the dough to ensure both sides are well floured. I'm going to lift it up and gently fold it in on itself and cut into my desired shape. I'm fancying something long and thick, sort of like udon I guess, so I just kind of want thicker strips. To cook, I'm going to bring some water to a boil, and these will be done in about 1 to 2 minutes. They cook rapid, and we can store these. I'd say store them in the fridge for about 4 days max. Now to get onto the chili garlic, I'm going to crush 2 cloves, and I'll add these to a heat-proof bowl or saucepan. To this mix, I'll add 2 teaspoons of sesame seeds, 1 teaspoon crushed chili flakes, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce of your choice, a tablespoon of sesame oil, and a big pinch of sugar. I used about half a tablespoon. In a separate saucepan, heat some veggie oil. I'd probably do about 2 tablespoons, maybe even less. I used a bit too much for this, so I'd definitely use less is more. And we're going to get that to absolute sizzling hot. Now when it's dead hot and sizzling, we're going to add it to the garlic chili spice we did, and it's going to sizzle up a lot. I should have got mine a bit higher, but you know what, it was fine anyway. And now we're going to add this hot oil mix to our noodles. I'm going to mix, and just for presentation purposes, I'm adding some more chili flakes and some sesame seeds. As you can see, these noodles are fairly sticky. I did get the noodle recipe from, I think it was All Recipes. If you search up, it's like Chinese kind of noodles. I don't know how true that is, but it's kind of reminding me of pasta in a sense. But you know, noodles and pasta are very similar to me. Here we go. Big old taste test. These do slap. Like, you cannot even deny they kind of slap. They're really, really nice and chewy and long, and they get the sauce very nicely. It coats nicely. Use less oil though. Definitely use less oil. Less is more. Maybe add, gently drizzle it in when you're doing the chili garlic mix. That's a definite thing to do. Well chaps, as you can see, these just slap. I'm going to see you all next week. So you know chaps, I'll see you later. Sayonara, you cheeky lot.